Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
How we doing? Great. I forgot it. Skip, if you know my best, who is first in the NFC East?
You know, I am getting sick and tired of this. First, your man LeBron James lucks into a championship, and now the bleeping Eagles are at it again. Carson Wentz is pulling rabbits out of his helmet. I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it.
Now you understand why Dub didn't walk it to him.
Oh.
Now you understand.
Yeah, because he's turned into a running quarterback. He has to walk the ball into the end zone.
Skip, don't do that. Don't do that,
Yeah.
Skip.
Well, let's get started with last night's roller coaster game because the Giants couldn't get out of their own way against the Eagles. Not only did New York give up an 11-point lead, but Daniel Jones also couldn't quite find the end zone after breaking away from the pack on an 80-yard run, then suddenly tripping and falling down all alone at the 8-yard line. So, Shannon, how do you explain what happened to Daniel Jones here?
Well, Skip, there's too much forward lean, and his legs are coming up 2 feet, coming up too far in the back. So you need more drive, more punch, a little bit more upright. And so you see that a lot, Skip, with receivers when they extend to catch a ball and they're too far forward, they fall down. And that's what happened to him. But, you know, it was a great run. But he's never living this down. He could have had, what, a 92, 93-yard touchdown run? Now he has just a 80-yard run.
It's all anybody is talking about. So to me, this play, this run, this trip and fall with nobody around was so Daniel Jones.
Right.
I think it's part and parcel of who he is and who he is not.
Right.
Because remember, he's an overachiever to me. He got drafted way too high. Seems like a great kid. He's trying hard to live up to his lofty, you know, overdrafted status.
Right.
And he can run a little bit.
Oh, he can run, yeah.
At his pro day, he ran 4.7, which is pretty fast.
Yes.
And remember, he measured at 6'5" and about an 8. So he's a touch over 6'5". I think now he probably weighs 235 or 40, somewhere in there. So help me out. Let's say he weighs 240. If you're 6'5", 240, and you can run like we saw him run, is that not impressive?
Absolutely.
Because he is one of the better running quarterbacks in the league. He's at least a top 10 running quarterback, right?
Yes.
I'm not saying that he's Lamar, but he...
Right. Kyler Murray.
He can do damage.
Yes, absolutely.
As he did on that play.
Right.
That was a sweet play. They caught them napping, and all of a sudden, it is a gaping crease.
Yep.
And he is off to the races, but he didn't trust his speed, because if you trust yourself, if you have supreme belief, if you have athletic arrogance in your ability, you just stay right inside yourself.
He started weaving when he didn't have to.
He didn't have to, because he was convinced in the back of his mind that somebody was coming from somewhere, because I'm not that fast. One of these DBs is going to track me down and embarrass me.
Yes.
So at the last second, he's thinking, I got to overextend. And you literally, as they say on the slopes, you go over your skis, right?
Yes.
To where you're trying so hard that you're, as you point out, your lean gets so much that you actually run outside your body and you fall flat on your face because your legs can't keep up with your body lean, right?
Yeah, but you can see it coming. You can see him starting to break up at about the 30-yard line, like, oh, this ain't going to end well. Is he going to make it? And then you see, no, I'm not going to make it.
Sometimes we see players who are not in great shape just run completely out of gas. We'll see somebody intercept a pass, a linebacker maybe, and he just gasses. He just can't make it to the end zone. I think Daniel was capable of making it to the end zone.
Oh, there's no question. If he doesn't stumble, he's making it in the end zone.
Okay, well, this is going to go down as a trademark for him. As a blemish that people will remember, oh, that's that guy. That's Danny Dimes.
Well, Skip, I think that run symbolizes their season, and Evan Ingram, because this game was not even supposed to be this. He drops a perfect pass in Evan Ingram's hands, Skip. It's over.
I'm sorry, but glad that you brought that up. It's 2:14 left in the game. It's 3rd and 7 at the Giants' 47. And Danny Dimes drops a dime.
He does.
Yeah, if we could see this, it's a dime to Evan Ingram. And you got, if you're that guy, if you're a first-round pick, you know.
Yes.
Okay, back to our man Shannon Sharp, right?
Yeah.
Does Shannon Sharp catch this ball?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, but he has that one, because he made a tougher catch. And that's the thing, Skip. We're just waiting on him to take that next step. And the next step is making those plays.
Okay, so if he catches this ball, and let's say he gets run out of bounds at the 20-yard line, maybe inside, maybe 18, 17. Are they at least going to kick the clinching field goal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
So game is over with that catch, right? And instead, the Eagles do what they did at the end of last year. When remember, they started off their 4-game winning streak in which they won out against the East to steal the East last year. They started out with a 23-17 overtime victory coming from 17-3 down against this same team.
Correct.
Okay, so here we go again. Question is then, you love the Eagles. How much do you trust them off what you saw last night?
Well, you're asking a bit much. I think their defense is really good. They did a great job of pressuring Daniel Jones. He made a few mistakes, and they capitalized on those, Skip. But at some point in time, that offensive line, Skip, I mean, Lane Johnson is in and out of the lineup.
Yep.
And then I don't really know anybody except the center, Kelsey. And it's just like a revolving door. How much can you keep playing backups and backups? Not just at the offensive line, Skip, but at the wide receiver position. Now they're down to the third receiver, which is Richard Rodgers, who led them in receiving last night. Who's a good player? He's most known for catching the Hail Mary. I think it was on a Thursday night against Detroit.
I thought he played big last night.
Yes, he made some big-time plays.
Yep.
Fulgham stepped up and made Greg Ward Jr.
He did.
I mean, on that touchdown play, basically walk it to him through a BB through a keyhole. I mean,
Which play?
On the sprint out to the touchdown. The touchdown that
to win it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That was to Boston Scott.
Yeah, no.
Remember the flat route to Greg Ward Jr.
Yeah, yeah.
He had
Okay.
a linebacker up underneath him, and he had a corner charging hard. So he put it in the only spot that Greg Ward Jr. could catch the ball. And then that throw, here's the name, walk it to him. Can you believe that, Skip? Now, I knew there was something special about this guy, because anytime a guy has 2 last names, Boston Scott,
Yep.
I said, he gonna do something. Now, how you throw a ball that perfect? Now, that's a 6'5" guy, a 6'6" guy, you get it. Because you love a guy that has a huge catch radius. He's throwing to a guy that's 5'6". He doesn't have a huge radius. And he drops the ball down the chimney. Woo, just like old Santa. Yeah.
I saw a completely different play. I saw something completely upside down. I got to get a new TV.
Let me tell you what you saw. You saw your Cowboys moonwalking out of first place in that division. That's what you saw.
Here's what I saw. I saw Kelsey, that you just referred to, get a rare penalty, because he's very good.
Yeah.
And he got a face mask penalty where he ripped the lineman's head off. And it pushed Walkett to him all the way back to the 18-yard line. And I thought at that point, I got this. There's no way they're going to get it in the end zone with 40 seconds left from the 18-yard line. Because for much of the night, Walkett to him had, as usual, been bounce it to him. His QBR for this game overall was a 55, scale of 0 to 100. So it was just a few ticks above average because he was hit and he was miss. He was hit and he was miss. They have actually tried to turn him into Tim Tebow now, because I don't believe that Dougie P, as in Doug Peterson, trusts him enough to consistently throw the football. So now they're using him like they used Tebow. There are a lot of design called runs where he's just running like power.
Right.
It's Tebow-esque.
And I don't trust Dougie P's calls.
Okay.
His play calling last night left a lot to be desired, Skip.
Well, and he was late on throwing a challenge flag on the play. Again, the Giants went ahead and scored on the next couple of plays. But still, they did everything wrong that you can do.
Yes.
They blew two-point conversions.
Right.
They blew a 4th and 3 at the 3 when I thought they should have kicked the field goal.
Skip, okay, if you got your full allotment of offensive linemen, and you got it going, okay, maybe I can give you that. But, Skip, that's not 4th and a foot. That's not a half yard. No, that's 3 full yards to the end zone.
And they call Cam right? They ran quarterback power to the right, and he's not going to get there.
No.
He's not that quick or fast or sudden.
And then he throws the fade route to a guy that they probably just signed like 3 days ago.
He looked like he was 6'8". I don't know who he is, but again.
But Skip, he didn't even know where to line up. Call a timeout, Skip. He lined it up. He lined up on the left. And then they're like, no, you got to get over here to the right. And he runs over there. They snaps the ball with 1 second. Just call timeout to make sure everybody's on the right page.
It was just Dougie P trying to show everybody, hey, everybody, remember, I'm a genius.
Okay.
I got this play, too. This is my new Phillies special. Okay, back to Boston Scott. I don't know